Hello, everyone. Today is 24th of January, 2020, and we are kicking off Topology Aware Scheduling Engineering Sync. We have a few items in the agenda today. Most of them have kind of come from me. So if anyone wants to add anything else while we are going through these items, feel free to do so. And yeah, we can come to those right at the end. So the first item was an interesting one. It was something that was raised by SIG Scheduling, if I understand correctly, and they're planning to set up a working group for primarily to tackle batch workloads. So the discussion kind of circled back to SIG-Node in the last meeting, and they were essentially looking for people from SIG-Node to approve if they should go ahead with the creation of this working group or not. The concerns in SIG-Node, and again, I'm trying to summarize the discussion that happened, so feel free to jump in, Francesco, here on this. The concerns around this was basically fragmentation, given that, we have been meeting regularly and there are probably other working groups as well that already exist and are working in a certain way. And this does add another set of meetings that, we have to coordinate with and maybe loop SIG-Node back in. So I think I have no objections in the way, and I think Francesco had a similar opinion. I don't have any objections in joining the working group itself, but I wouldn't like us to, dissolve this meeting because we've been working in a certain manner and we have control over the things that we want to tackle. So we continue these meetings as well as maybe two of us or whoever has the capacity can join that other meeting as well. And depending on how SIG-Node wants us to report, we can report information back to SIG-Node, or again from SIG-Node, I think Daniel was going to join as well. So we'd have to figure out a way of or a mechanism of operating. So the other thing that was asked was that one of us nominate one of us as the co-chair for that working group. So again, I wanted to, bring this back to the group if anyone is interested. I am happy to nominate myself, but again, if others want to kind of take that opportunity, feel free to, and we can just get back, get this information back to them. The other thing is I would still leave this open in the sense that, SIG-Node has the final say. We could say anything, but if SIG-Node essentially objects, like this we don't go ahead with it. So yeah, so what do you guys think about this?
Personally, I had a plan to visit, but yes, I continuously visit. Maybe it's not possible for me, this working group. Yes, internally in company, I have an interaction with a team who is doing batch processing jobs. They are working with Klaus Ma. Maybe you know it's a former maintainer of Kube Scheduler, and it's initial author of Vulcana project. So yes, I'm interested, but it's not 100% of my professional interest. So yeah, I'm going to look forward.
Okay. So anything else, Francesco, you want to add on top of
yes,
that?
Yes, I was, so basically I agree with pretty much everything you said. I plan to attend both this meeting as well as usual. If we want to meet, we meet like we did. I want to attend at least initially the batch working group to see how the folks are going to, well, what they're going to do. I have a pretty large interest in their topics, so I will be happy to attend. I can be co-chair. I don't really mind. I think what is a good fit. So I am available as well. I'll be attending anyway, so I can be a co-chair as well. But I'm more than happy if you want to be the co-chair as well. So just in case I'm available as well. Okay. So long story short, I agree with everything. I will be attending the batch working group, at least the few sessions. Hopefully all of them if they turn useful. And that's it.
Okay, cool. I think we are aligned on this. But again, co-chair, I'm not I don't have a strong eye on it. I'm also, the same way as you are. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, I'm happy to do it. So we we can propose either of us. Like, I don't mind. It's as good as one of us representing.
If Alexei and Philippe are okay with either of us, let's settle that. Otherwise, we can have more candidates. I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, true. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's discuss. I mean, really, you said it first. So for me, I guess we will bounce back each other to the one which has more capacity, but we can discuss.
Sure.
I mean, really, if you want, be my guest and go on. It's okay. More than happy.
Okay, sure. Let's discuss this maybe offline and see what is the final conclusion, and then we can figure that out. Again, I understand neither of us are like too desperate for it at the same time, but we both understand this is important and we need a representative, so that's fine. Okay, so the next item is an interesting one. So this was actually a PR that Francesco was working on, and there was a round of discussions that was going on with SIG scheduling chair Wei Huang. He's been kind of reviewing most of our PRs. And one of the interesting things that he mentioned was, what if we kind of give the scheduler itself more information, so it makes the decision. We enable it to make the decision, almost like running the topology manager algorithm, and it has the final say. So it's an interesting round of discussion that was happening. We did not reach to any conclusion though, unfortunately, but I think Francesco has a couple of errors from that, and then we'd circle back it. But I just wanted to bring it to this group just because everyone might have interest on this.
Just one quick comment. I'm totally still working on that PR, and I need to juggle few items, but it's totally on the plate. I would like to have it moving forward in the next, as soon as possible, as soon as other things are going. Before we go to the discussion, I think it's an interesting idea what Wei suggested, but I think it's, from my own perspective, it's too early. If someone else in this group wants to move forward, I'm more than happy to help. But from my perspective, moving the logic in that way, it's an interesting option we should explore later. This is my own take. I felt important to
I agree.
make it
I think
obvious.
Yeah, I left a couple of comments about why I see a bunch of problems in that approach as well, and those problems are not kind of something that we should be leaving in the solution. So I think again, if people have kind of comments on that, leave it there. But and Francesco, whenever you have like had the chance to make the update, just loop us back in and we'll take a look. Okay, so I can't remember what the third one was, so I'll probably click on this. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this was another one. I think DIMS has been working rigorously on polishing PRs and cleaning up PRs. So as part of that, he had asked me just, make sure that this PR is up to date. So I just rebased, I made sure everything is working correctly. Again, this is not, as I think previously discussed, this is not a high priority item, but this is something that we might want on our radar down the line. Again, I see there are other more important items that we need to take care of before this. But if people have bandwidth, just maybe take a look at this PR and see if there's anything obvious, that needs to be updated, and I'll take care of updating that. So yeah, just I'll leave a comment. Let's review. Okay, so that one was quick. So the next one, again, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of this meeting. There's a clash with a meeting that we have, internal meeting. So it would be nice if we could move it half an hour earlier. If everyone's okay with it, I can move the subsequent meetings. Alexei, you okay with that?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So I'll just send an update to the meeting invite. So wait. Okay. And I think the last item was essentially a bunch of backlog items that I noticed, that we haven't had the chance to take care of. I think one was for me. I believe Francesco added another PR that Trelor was working on. So that was great. It was nice to see that getting merged. And we have a bunch of NFT backlog items as well. So it's no action items per se, but it's just, bringing it to people's attention that if things have got slipped and forgotten, essentially we remember to take care of them. Just one question on this I had, I believe, Francesco, when we were looking at scheduler plugins and kind of polishing the scheduler plugins and the secondary scheduler plugin operator, I was looking at the PR that I have, the 276, sorry. Has there been any update like in terms of the scheduler plugin operator polishing? So I just am aware of that when I'm addressing this. Just wanted to make sure.
No real update. No real update at the moment.
Okay. Okay. So I will consider it as, part of the upstream work and essentially clean up and remove all the unnecessary items.
Regarding NFD, so there is bad news and good news for this form. The bad news is it's on me, some of important work items, and I didn't get to that because of other things I need to do. The good news is that, of course, this is totally on the radar, and me and my team, we managed to go very good progress on RTE, the resource topology exporter, which is hosted on our own GitHub lit organization. So most of this work, including a good end-to-end test suite, will fund its way to NFD, and it will improve both the implementation and the test suite. We believe it will really be improved. It's for Q1, it's one of the biggest priorities for my team, so we will get to there. Unfortunately, we need again to juggle some items, but it's totally one of the top priorities. If everyone needs anything, I can be of assistance, but basically it's about taking the code from RT, Resource Topology Exporter, and creating a suitable PR for NFD, which is on me. But if there is any urgency, just reach me and I can probably help, or at the very least assist with the process. Otherwise, again, we will get to that because it's totally one priority for us to get this in NFD in good way.
Okay, sounds good. I think it sounds reasonable as well. So I think if we can break down, the different pieces that we've added in RTE, I think it was container runtime, throttling, and even if you could just list a bullet point or bullet list of the items that are part of RTE, maybe one of us could help in it as well. Just helping to refactor and move the code to NFD.
That's a very good point. I will do something, probably commenting on NFD, on the NFD issue. Well, the only thing that I'm concerned about is that there are some work items which are necessarily very big, like the end-to-end test, but and the core idea is sound, so I will partition somehow and I'll add more details. Yes, I will.
Perfect. Yeah, I think end-to-end test is probably you already have an existing PR. I think it probably makes sense for you to continue that. But for things that haven't started, I guess someone else could pick it up, and it doesn't have to fall completely on you guys.
Yeah, it's a very good point, and it will also help the maintenance understanding what's the missing item and what's the plan. So absolutely, I will. Let me actually take a note myself.
Perfect. Thank you, Francesco. Anything else anyone wants to talk about before we wrap up? Okay, sounds like a no. Thank you everyone for joining. This was a quick one. I'll try to always keep within the time frame because we've been not so great at meeting the time. So see you guys in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, folks. Bye bye.
Bye.
Sorry. Bye, everyone.